Daniel Tisch here from the Ontario Chamber of Commerce. So I'm just back from a week in the United States of America, highlighted by the Ontario Chamber's first mission to Washington, D.C. Let me set the stage for you. It's been more than a year since the U.S. launched its inexplicable trade war on Canada. In that time, Trump's tariffs have disrupted supply chains, they've shaken investor confidence, and it's increasingly clear that they've harmed businesses, workers, families, and communities on both sides of the border. And you know what? We now have a full year of evidence showing that for the U.S. economy, these tariffs have been a spectacular failure. Despite Trump's best efforts to distract attention away from these failures, businesses know what's happening. U.S. auto manufacturers like GM, Stellantis, and Ford are seeing significant financial challenges in their operations because of the tariffs on steel and aluminum. U.S. workers are feeling enormous and unnecessary pain, like the 100,000 manufacturing workers who've lost their jobs. All this for what? The U.S. trade deficit hasn't changed. U.S. manufacturing is in decline. And while a handful of industries are happy, most of America is paying the price through higher costs on virtually everything. So that's setting the stage for you. We get to Washington, D.C., and we heard a broad business and political coalition in favor of free trade within North America. That's the silver lining in all this. And of course, it's all exemplified by the need to continue and extend the Canada-U.S.-Mexico agreement. So on the mission, we had a dozen leaders from different OCC member organizations. We had businesses there, business leaders from energy, manufacturing, life sciences, agriculture, food, and forest products. And we also had Ontario's Minister of Energy and Mines, Stephen Lecce, as well as David Patterson, Ontario's representative in Washington. We met with leaders from some of the largest companies in America and the world. We met with senior Republican and Democratic staff on Capitol Hill, senior officials at the U.S. State Department, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and finally, Canada's new ambassador to Washington, Mark Wiseman. And let me tell you, every American we met, without exception, deeply values their relationship with Canada. Every American we met, without exception, believes CUSMA is important, if not fundamental, to U.S. prosperity. Everyone we met, without exception, believes it's going to continue. So after our mission, we saw some validation on this, right? We saw a comment from U.S. Trade Representative Jameson Greer. He said that while he expects there to be separate protocols for Canada and Mexico, that what he called the existing load-bearing pillars of the core agreement would likely remain in place. So for the OCC, of course, when you think of CUSMA, it's not about redo, it's about review and renew. But you know, we don't expect at this stage that the biggest debate will be about CUSMA. We expect the action's going to be more bilateral than trilateral. Maybe side deals on sectoral tariffs, an urgent priority for Ontario and Canada. We also expect the ultimate deals are going to cover areas like defense and critical minerals, where Canada's got both tremendous potential and an increasingly strong bargaining position. Now, we don't expect a breakthrough before the summer, and we know that until there's a deal, unfortunately, North American businesses will continue to face uncertainty. Uncertainty that'll delay spending and investing and hiring, and will undermine business confidence. We know what we need to do here in Ontario and Canada. We have to continue to build our own economy, to diversify our trade to new markets inside our country and around the world, and to continue all the while to extend a hand to our long-standing American partners. Because these business-to-business bonds, while tested in the last year, are as strong as ever. And that really matters, because together we can strengthen the partnerships that safeguard North American trade and also ensure both our security and our prosperity. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time.